What's up guys, and welcome back to episode 6 of the Hull City career mode. And the first match of the day is against Watford at Vicarage Road. This is one of the biggest games of the season for me because again, it's another game that we need to prove that we can last in this league. And we are struggling in 10th position right now, and we need to get wins. We need to stop drawing games because we've drawn literally 75% of our matches or we lost. We haven't won many games. We have won 3 games this year after our back-to-back win to start the season. And I am just really hoping that we can get a great result against this team, Watford. Obviously, here's the first chance of the game. It's a block shot. And I'm always motivated whenever I get into game, and whenever I get to games and I feel pumped. And this game is just one of them. We were just really good in this game against Watford, but we just couldn't take our chances. We didn't get a lot of chances, but in the first half, we were playing very, very well. But of course, these chances were not the best chances, and then they were either saved very easily or a bit went wide and had no chance of going in. Here's the Royal guys are just doing that's just fantastic way from one Royal guys. If he did that more often, see on the last 2 plays, those 2 plays, you could see he almost scored twice, and he hasn't scored all season. He hasn't done really much all season. He has 2 assists or something like that, but that is not a good ratio. So we started the second half again. We didn't do much in the first half, but we have a fantastic opportunity right here. He could have called the advantage, but thankfully he didn't because Anwar Ghazi just dribbles behind the defense and he gets taken down by Holebas, and it's a freaking penalty. And I am so bad at penalties in this game, and you could see it right here. He gets a yellow card. It was a very good chance right there, and I don't know why he slide tackled because either way that would not have went in anyway because I crossed it and it didn't go in. As you can see, it cut off by accident again, but Albert Hernandez scores. Here, I'm going to show you the replay. It was a very bad penalty. I finessed it, and I was trying to go to the left-hand side, but instead, it goes straight down the middle, hits his foot, and thankfully goes in because that was one of the luckiest goals you will ever score in career mode. And I was just so pumped, and I was really happy, and I was like, oh my god, finally we're going to get a win after like so many games. But of course, we kept attacking, and then we nearly score right here again with Albert Hernandez. We take the ball off of them again here. We lose the ball, but then we get it back very quickly with, I believe that is Elvedi. Elvedi is really good in this game, and he's just been really good in taking Nicholas Stark's place, who hasn't been doing well, so I dropped him because of form. And there's again a fantastic opportunity, but it just goes wide off the post. And again, I was just feeling my luck, and I was just saying, oh, I can just score from anywhere. But I got to get really better at defending because here we go again. Watford have their first, like, literally their 3rd chance of the game or something like that, because most of their chances were just easy saves or just, like, you know, blocks. And we block it here with Andrew Robinson, but instead he crossed it in. It's a terrible clearance by Curtis Davies. It goes into the hands, it goes into the feet of Etienne Capoue, who slaps it into that bottom corner, and it's 1-1. And I was just like, really? Right after we score, 5 or 6 minutes later after we score, and 3 or 4 minutes later after we missed the shot, they score. And again, it was basically Curtis Davies' fault because I was not trying to, you know, header that out, but I was trying to put, like, you know, enough force to clear it out with my feet, but it didn't. And pretty much the game didn't have anything else after that. They could have scored again here with, again, it's just a fantastic run, but very closing down the gaps very quickly. A good, you know, a great chance for Etienne Capoue. That was 3 or 4 minutes right after he scored, and that was the same thing that happened to Albert Hernandez. He nearly scored. He scored, and then he nearly scored 3 or 4 minutes later, and the same thing happened again. That was just really weird. So many chances again. Here's a great chance, but it's blocked again by their defense. Again, their defense, I hate just blocking this game because it's so OP. You can just put 1 foot in there and it'll get blocked here. Another great chance for Curtis Davies, but it just goes over the post, and it was another corner. Again, we have 10 shots in this game, and we have 1 goal, and we have like 3 or 4 shots on target, but we just kept putting in the pressure on, and Bukhani late into the game, and it's blocked again. I don't have no idea. That could have been blocked by somebody else, but yeah, that's how the game ended. We had about 11 shots, 6 on target, but most of them were just goalkeeper punches out or just like easy saves where goalkeeper catches it. So not as many chances as I could have wished for. But of course, I see a terrible message from the board, and they say they're not on track, and I was getting really scared because I felt like I was going to get sacked at any moment, and any time we can get sacked. Because first of all, we failed one of our objectives was to have 33 million. When we started out with 23 million, and we had to make a bunch of signings because the squad was very bad, and we had a bunch of players that were very low rated or not even good at all. And I was again very fearful, so I was trying really hard to win games. But I'm just telling you guys, this game, especially career mode, is so freaking hard to score in. There are people that are really good at finishing. There's people like me that are terrible finishers. And when I have my chances, I will score them. But when I don't, I will not score anything. And again, here's just me just, showing you the, the shirt sales. We're getting a lot of shirt sales, but hopefully in the winter transfer window we sign some big players and we get rid of some players that we don't need. And yeah, I'm just really hoping for resurgence in this team into the second half of the season. So I'm just trying to play my best. Michael Dawson asked for transfer request, which is not surprising because he hasn't played a single game this season due to his pace. I know he's a legend, but again, I was just not feeling him. So I just made a few substitutions in the next game against Southampton, and I knew this was going to be a very tough game, especially against the defense of Virgil van Dijk. And who was their other center back? I think it's Jose Font. But they have a really good defense, and I was just really, trying my hardest, to win games. But just gonna spoil it for you. We draw this again, but you'll see the scoreline at the end of the game. We had a good chance. We had a lot of good chances. Here's a great chance for Mbukani, who gets the shot blocked, and then Albert Hernandez shoots it, and it goes wide with his strong foot. And that was the best chance of the whole entire 23 or 24 minutes of the game. And of course, they have their one chance of the whole game. And it's a great play, but Charlie Austin nearly scored. That was like their first chance of the game. Charlie Austin hits the post, and I was just like, oh my gosh, that was that was like a breather. That was like, that was like a heads up for me. Stop playing around. But they just kept putting on the pressure. Southampton is a great team. They have a great squad, a great manager, but they were just applying the pressure, especially the last 4 or 5 minutes of the half. And of course, it's the 45th minute cheese, as a lot of people like to call it, because they were just having all their chances in the last 5 minutes of the game, and then they tackled me at a sure breakaway. That would have been a sure counterattack. Who knows if that would have went in? And then just a few seconds later, they blow the whistle. And yeah, I was just really frustrated at the first half because they were dominant possession. Like you saw, they had 60% possession, and we had 40% possession, 3 shots to 1 target. They had 1 shot, and that 1 shot was the one saved by McGregor at the end of the half. But we go into the second half again. We're just they're carrying the momentum of the last half and trying to get the ball off of them. Of course, I try to do that a lot. But Southampton is a great passing team with Højbjerg, Jordi Klaasie, Steven Davis. They have a very good squad. And here is just really good play from Southampton. One of the plays, they crossed it in at the back post, and then it's intercepted, and then we try to get it away. Then we try to give a good pass, intercepted again, and again just frustration. Virgil van Dijk with a weird cross. Of course, you see the injured player right there, and it's gonna come back down to you because it's a great cross. They just cut inside with Jordi Klaasie, who just slaps it, triple taps it into, I believe that is Adrien Silva, the new signing for them, and they just he just slaps it in, easy as cake. And yeah, we had our chances. We brought in Nathan Holgate again, who just brought in that defensive, unit. Adrien Silva gets us a yellow card, but that doesn't really mean anything to me because the guy was injured, and then he just gets right back on it, acts like nothing happened, and then he scores. Here again is a great cross from us, and it's saved again by the goalkeeper. Fraser Forster is just so amazing. I have no idea why. FIFA 16 was amazing for me myself on the career mode. And then the greatest chance of the game, Henriksen hits the side of the post, and I was just like, what? So he's been one of our best players, but then right after that, they pass it straight into Albert Hernandez, who scores into that bottom corner, and we shushed the Southampton fans. And yeah, again, there was just a terrible play from Fraser Forster. As I was saying, he was a great goalkeeper, and then Albert Hernandez steals it off their defender and slaps it into that bottom corner. 5 goals in the Premier League, one of the top scorers for us. And here's a great save at the end of almost at the end of the game with about 20 minutes left. A great save for McGregor. That was a sure chance again for Adrien Silva, but again, he had to get more power on that to get that away. Again, here's another fantastic opportunity for Buffon, their new signing. Buffon, I didn't really notice him that much, even though he has those 5-star skills. And I didn't really notice him that much in the game, but that was a sure chance. Here on Al Ghazi's shot is blocked, and then he has one of the weakest headers of all time at the end of the game, which absolutely did nothing for us, and we end up drawing this game against Southampton. We had a bunch of chances in this game. We didn't take our chances very well. Again, at the end of the game, a good header, but we didn't do anything with it, and they just hoof it up the field. They tried to have their own attack. Thankfully, the whistle was blown because that was a sure counter attack because I brought out my defender. There's one defender And I don't know what I was doing, but you know, they always blow it for random opportunities. Sometimes the referees. But that is how the episode will end. Those are the 2 episodes for this episode. Yeah, again, I was just very frustration again. Scoring goals, but not enough goals to win games. And that is a problem, and I need to fix my finishing, fix my, you know, my general, just playing FIFA, my defending, everything. And yeah, wanted to let you guys heads up that a Road to Glory will be starting this week, this Friday, and it will be Fridays and Saturdays. Of course, it will be like a Road to Ultimate Team Road to Glory, and hopefully you guys enjoy that. And yeah, enjoy your days, and peace.